Hello, my name is James McDermott and I'm a 27-year-old playwright, poet and creative writing teacher, originally from Boston in Lincolnshire but currently living and working in Norfolk. I moved to Norfolk when I was 18 to study scriptwriting and performance at UEA, which I did for 4 years. I wanted to do that course because I wanted the space and time to find my voice as a writer. I wanted to meet other writers and feel part of a community. And I wanted to study the craft, really. I figured if you wanted to be a pianist, you couldn't just sit down at a piano and write a beautiful song. You'd have to study music and learn from other musicians. And I realised the same was true of writing. If you wanted to be a writer, you couldn't just sit down at a laptop and write a beautiful script. You had to learn the equivalent of musical chords, which is dramatic structure. You had to learn from other writers. You had to study with other writers. I think it's important to say that you don't have to do that formally through university education. You can teach yourself how to write by talking to friends about writing, reading other writers' work, buying some books on writing, and studying those. When I graduated from UEA in 2016, I decided to stay in Norfolk because I love the place very much. It's a place I holidayed when I was younger, so it has lots of happy memories for me. I love living by the sea, and my family are all here as well, who I'm very close with. I also wanted to stay in Norfolk as a writer because I figured if I moved to London, there'd be so many people competing for the same jobs and chasing the same dream. In Norfolk, there were very few people doing it, which meant that I could be that first one doing it, or I could approach venues like theatres and schools and ask if I could set up a playwriting course or write them a play. And many venues were very responsive because so few other people were doing that in Norfolk. So if you want to be an artistic person in Norfolk and pursue a creative career, don't feel that you have to leave the county in order to do that. You really don't at all. You can make something happen here if it doesn't already exist. I'm currently writing new plays for venues in the east of England, including the Mercury Theatre in Colchester and Norwich Theatre Royal. I'm writing my second poetry collection called Manimals for my publisher Burning Eye Books, and I'm just about to take part on the EastEnders Writers Development Programme, where we're trained to write on the soap, which I'm very, very excited about as a lifelong fan of that show. My advice, if you want to be a writer, is to write, is to read, is to talk to other writers, to really immerse yourself in the craft, see what's being made. My advice too is to remember that the harder you work, the luckier you get. I think people always say it's really lucky to have a career in the arts. It's not true at all. It's all hard work. You've made sacrifices to get there. You've put the time in. So my advice is make those sacrifices and put the time in. Learn the craft, write a lot, send it out to competitions, send it out to theatres. And remember too that all those things that you think stand in your way as a writer and as a person, which for me was being gay, being from Lincolnshire, being from Norfolk, being working class, they're actually your superpowers. They give you a very, very unique view of the world. They give you something very distinct to write about, and they make you incredibly memorable within a professional arena. So, very best of luck with your writing. Write, read, see all those things you think stand in your way as superpowers. Very best of luck with your work. See ya.